Hi, my name is Aaron, and this is my show, Reeducation. Does free will exist? It's a question that I've been asking people ever since the start of my YouTube career. If you don't know, I used to be a atheist. Well, I mean, I still am an atheist, but I used to be involved in the atheist community. I actually got pretty big at one point, at least, considering how small my channel has been. And it's a question that I've constantly asked a lot of people, specifically Christians and religious fundamentalists. What is free will? Do we have free will? Do we have control over the things that we do, that we say, the places that we go? Are we 100% fully autonomous human beings? That's a very interesting question, and it leads us down a whole bunch of philosophical roads, a lot of which I have touched on in the past. And if you scroll through my vast tomes of various ridiculous dick joke videos and cringeworthy liberal bullshit, you might actually find a few arguments in there where I discuss exactly those things. But we're not going to talk about that today. Because philosophy is garbage. I'm just kidding. Philosophy is not garbage. I love philosophy. We're going to talk about, do you get to choose what you believe? It would be obvious to say yes, right? I mean, when you go out, you decide where you're going to go, what you're going to do, who you're going to do it with, and how long you're going to take to do it, aren't you? Aren't you fully in control of every decision that you make throughout the day? Isn't it up to you if you go and buy a quarter-pound of ground hamburger or go to the McDonald's and buy a 99-cent cheeseburger? Are those things that you can decide? Is it up to you if you go driving down the road and you accidentally make a wrong signal when you're turning left and you get into a car accident? Was that 100% your decision to get into that car accident? Or are there factors at play? Are there exterior conditions that are having some sort of effect on your life? Well, I'd have to say that the majority of the time, whenever you are doing something, you're doing it for a reason. Right? You don't just usually do things for no reason. I mean, sure, you can do those things, but usually when you do something for no reason, you still have a reason. I mean, doing something because it's fun or at random or because you think it might be interesting or dangerous or scary or a bad idea, but you just think that it's necessary. Those are all reasons. You might not rationalize them immediately, but they are still reasons to do something. Are you fully in control of those reasons? Are you fully in control when you make a random decision, when you hop on a train or a plane or a bus and you decide to go somewhere crazy? Are you fully making that decision on your own, or are your exterior factors, are things in your life making you decide to go and do those things, making you take that trip or do that drug or buy that thing that you want to buy? Do you need it? Is it necessary? Is it something that in the context of your life has to happen at that moment? Possibly, likely, almost inevitably. I mean, almost every single one of the decisions that you make throughout your life are determined on the things that you need, the things that you want, the things that you enjoy, and the things that affect you in your daily life. There are 1,000,001 reasons to do a thing, and you usually choose one of them, or you don't. So I said I wasn't going to get philosophical here, so I'm going to go ahead and get specific. If you go and buy something like a 99-cent cheeseburger instead of a quarter-pound or a half-pound of ground lean beef, are you making a conscious decision to make a bad choice? Or are you doing this because all you can afford, time-wise, monetarily, or what have you, is that 99-cent cheeseburger? If you go out and you decide to smoke crack or you decide to use a needle drug, is that decision something that you've wholly made on your own? Is it something that you could have controlled, or is it something that has to do with the exterior factors of your life? Did you just finish losing your prescription or the money that you would have had to buy your prescription for an opioid medication that resulted in landing you into a position where you had to go to the streets and buy illegal drugs? and then it ended up getting you addicted because illegal drugs are made poorly and made in a way that is unregulated and unable to decide dosages. So then you end up being forced basically by your situation to become a drug addict. Are you in control of that situation? The honest truth is that you have very little control over what you do in your life. External factors are going to get involved, and they're going to make you choose certain paths to go down to make you make specific decisions. That's just something that you have to realize. And I think that when we're having the debate about capitalism, when people come to you and say, hey, you're choosing to be fat, you're choosing to be unhealthy, you're choosing to make bad choices, all you're doing is blaming the victim. At least that's the way I look at it. Anyway, my name is Aaron. This is my show, Re-Education. Thanks for watching.